My name is Linda Bryant. I was elected last year as a trustee, and I was also selected by outstanding members to be the secretary. So I've completed a full year as of to date being a trustee, which is quite exciting and quite challenging, and still challenging to this day. So just want to give you some information as to what I have learned in a year, and some of my goals and observations, and some other visions that I have that I want to share with you, and what I've heard from our community, want to share with our community also. So I'm just going to start with how I used to perform the scout walk for the Cub Scouts. I am a Scoutmaster also. I have a bio that I'll get to you later. And as being a Cub Master, you have to start teaching boys the scout walk before they become Boy Scouts. This is something that they practice every meeting, which is an open meeting. And there are 12 points to this scout walk. If you've ever been a scout, you have to memorize this. And then you have to live by it. So in teaching it, I had to understand what this meant, how important it was, and the significance of it. And by learning it, there were 2 librarians that actually taught me some sign language that actually work here. And I continue on to educate myself with sign language, so I can teach this to my boys. I found it easier to educate and to teach. So I'm not going to do the sign language now, even though I can. I'll do it very quickly. This is what we said. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. I found these words to be very significant in my life, not just for Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, but for my life as a person and an adult. So I want to share how I've incorporated that with being a trustee. So you can see my connection with volunteering as a Scoutmaster, which I've done for 9 years. Volunteer at my job at Iona College, where I've also been a student advisor. I've done that for 4 years. I've volunteered for many things, but this has been significant as far as being elected and volunteering to be here at the library, which I have been coming to since I was 17 years old. And by the way, I'm 61. Don't laugh too loud. Okay. Trustworthy. That means reliable is the definition. As a trustee, I have to show that I am the reliable person that will be available for all scheduled meetings whenever we have them. And there are times that we don't have them. But yet, our concerns are still being expressed at home. Reliable also means to be attentive to the matters discussed by the other board members. And as a secretary, I'm responsible for making sure that the minutes are recorded, my own minutes, my own way of recording this, but I also have a choice. And I also have the moments where I can also voice my opinion, whether I agree or disagree. So I've also given that opportunity, and this was given to me because I was elected by you to give that right to all our people that come through here, all our visitors, because I call them visitors, not patrons, because they come to visit. And I like seeing visitors for any event. Loyal. That means steadfast in allegiance to one's homeland or government. Faithful to a person, an ideal, a custom, or a duty. My duty is to be a board member, to be a trustee, to be truthful to everybody that I speak to outside of these 4 walls, these 6 walls, these 8 walls, from one floor to the next. My job is to make sure that I am the voice, the ears, and the eyes, and I've been trusted to speak for whoever has voted for me. I am the representative of the people here because I grew up with these people. I still see these people. I live with the people. I go from 241st Street to Dyer Avenue. I go from Sanford Boulevard to East Cambridge Road. I go to California Road. I walk through this town to see people on a daily basis. I communicate with everybody here on a daily basis. And as far as Senior Citizen Center and going to 4th Avenue, the city schools, the buses, the train, I get around by walking. I would love to drive. I can drive, but not now. But I found out that by walking and seeing people and meeting people, which could be anywhere, they also approach me and to show that they trust me in order to take the concerns back to our board, to share that with our other members, and to make sure that their voice is heard by me. Being helpful means to provide assistance. I have asked anyone that comes to these doors of the library if I can help them to find something. If I can't find it for them, I know who to point them to. Our librarians are very well trained. They are experts in their area and their field, being librarians. They are, between librarian 1, 2, 3, they are the professionals here. So as I have met these professionals and have seen their expertise in their area, I'm confident that they know what they're talking about. And they teach me in turn, so that I can understand how to utilize this library, which is for anybody to come through. Library is a good place to come to. My mother taught me that when I was about 6 years old, growing up in Harlem, South Bronx, and Brooklyn. Libraries everywhere. You can find one near school, 3 or 4, in walking distance. So I learned to utilize the library at school. The library closes, I go to a public library. And there's always someone there that loves to teach somebody about how to utilize that facility. Being friendly, this means being warm and comfortable as well as easy to understand. I have befriended many people coming through these doors, whether it's doing line dancing or crocheting or having an ice cream sundae here in this very room, and I've taken pictures of all kinds of people coming through here. I've seen the mayor do a reading to a little 6-year-old girl in the children's library. I met a 92-year-old woman who got on the bus with a walker to come here to read to children. So between all the activities that have gone on here, our tree lighting ceremony, we had staff members dressing up as Santa Claus and elves, we have all kinds of people coming through here. But one thing I did see that we were all friendly with each other. And being a trustee means we have to be friendly with everybody. There is no time to discriminate against anybody, because anybody walks with us, whether you live in Mount Vernon or not, it's not a factor. What matters is they're coming to utilize our library. This is our community. This is our community center. This is a communication center. And that's what I look at it as, where you can learn anything by coming through these doors. Being courteous also means gracious and consideration towards others. All our library staff has shown me nothing but courtesy. Every one of them. Every one of them. I have nothing negative to say about anybody here. They have treated me with respect, and I in turn have given it back to them. They have learned to trust me because I tell them the truth about how I feel about what I want to do. I try to be very honest in my words. I'm very selective in how I express myself. They in turn express themselves to me, honestly. So we have learned to trust each other. We have learned to have this kind of relationship where it doesn't matter I'm a trustee, I'm still a visitor. They're showing me all respect of their professionalism. And this I can give them high respect and commendation as to how long they've been doing this before they met me. Being kind is also part of being courteous and having a generous and warm-hearted nature. Being a trustee means that you as an individual have to work harder than most people. We don't just go to a meeting and then we go home and then that's the end of it and I take my hat off and put it to the side and I'll wait for the next meeting in 30 days. No, I happen to look at this as a challenge. What did I learn from our meeting? What did I understand? What didn't I understand? How many questions do I have? Who do I call? Who do I speak to? All the trustees on this board are very open as far as dialogue and conversation. Everybody here I can call, email, text at any time if I'm confused about something and don't understand anything. And they're open enough to explain everything to me. So I have a better understanding of my position and role as a trustee. Understand that being a trustee doesn't mean come to a meeting, you have your packet, look at the resolution, you vote, you go home, end of story. No, it's a little more than that. It's more hours involved. But as we go further, and then the next rule was being obedient to our rules and regulations, our laws, the New York State Library Law Book, our handbook. There's certain things that a trustee has to understand, so you have to educate yourself on being a trustee. You have to learn that you have to follow certain rules, regulations, you have to follow procedure, protocol. If you don't, there's a conflict of interest. You have to understand that when I go home after our meeting, which was yesterday, I don't just go to sleep and put this to the side. I have every kind of resolution, handbook, law book on my bed. I sleep with this stuff. Literally. That's my bed part, right there. I actually have my dictionary and other books in order to understand what we just discussed. I call our trustee members to find out, did I understand this correctly? But I still have to follow the orders and instructions of our president and our vice president when he gives us a directive. I have to understand that I am following the lead. I'm not the leader. I'm a leader out here in this and with the public. Okay, because they can say, Linda, what's going on with the library? Okay, thank you. Give me information. Because I'm that type of leader. I'm third down the road. I could be fifth down the road. I could be fourth down the road. But either way, I represent our community no matter where I go. I have to wear that badge on my back, over my head, and in front like a shield to represent this community, and I represent it with honor. So I take time to make sure that all the concerns and all the people that I work for trust me enough to actually, when I use the word trustee, or trust is in it, there's a reason for that. I take that to heart. I take that literally, and I take that seriously. I did not get elected to just blow it off like some title that you go when you go to Playland and you won a prize. This was more than a prize. This was an obligation that I took on, and I took it on for our next board, cheerful. I took it on in order to be part of the community show. This is a very serious position, but you know what? I'm cheerfully taking the challenges on to the point where I can say with pride, I love this job. I love doing this. I will leave work early to get here. If the train is late, I'm like upset because the train is late. Because I'm missing my minutes. I'm missing my meeting. I'm missing what's going on. I don't like being late for my meetings. Out of 36 maybe meetings plus, because we have really done a lot of work this year, I've missed 3. I choose not to miss meetings. I choose to be so involved. You would think I work at the library along with Carolyn. That's how close we are. She sees me coming through, she sees me passing, they see me passing, I'm going out one door, she's going out another door. She sees me from the train station, I'm going past the train station, I see Nishan and Doris and everybody else going past me. They see me coming in, they're going that way, they're leaving, they're going to the car, the elevator, and I could be here to closing time, after work. So I've taken on the part of being cheerful in my job and enjoying it. And it's not something I begrudge doing. I love this job. I want to continue doing this job because it's not just work. It is, to me, part of my livelihood to serve this community and to be representative of Mount Vernon anywhere in this county. While we are being thrifty and you were talking about the budget, we have been doing that also. We're very thrifty. We're watching every dollar, every cent that's going out. We're not spending anything frivolously. We're going over so many meetings and discussing so many things that sometimes I look at figures and I have to close my eyes and then go home and start again. But we have certain people that are in position here that can explain every line on every sheet of paper that we read. And I thank them for the hard work that they have put in to make sure that this is something that is comprehensible to me. It's something that I can sleep with, knowing that tax dollars are being spent correctly, to know that people that have worked hard to own their homes in order to make sure they have somebody to come and take that home, next generation after next generation. Because my family's been here for 3 generations. I started coming here when I was 6 years old, visiting aunt and uncles from one side to the other. So I know that in time, we'll do the same. In order to be brave, it takes a lot to be a trustee, because there's a lot of people that can challenge you and make you turn away from this particular obligation. And I think that the people that are on the board, have been on the board, have been quite courageous. People that work in this library really take it upon themselves to help this whole community. They don't know who's walking through the doors, and yet they're protected to a certain degree because of their integrity and their respect that they show people. That's what protects them. They show respect to everybody, so nobody wants to hurt them. They've been kind and courteous to everybody. Nobody wants to harm them. And I'm so grateful that you all are here to work in this library and keep it going. Because you, all the librarians in here, and you, the director, and the other board members, have done a great job in showing me what I need to do to follow in your footsteps. I said the place has been cleaned up. We cleaned the outside, we cleaned the inside, we polished walls, doors. Okay, we polished windows and everything else. The grass is clean. And to walk through these halls, you feel like some pride has been instilled in all of us. But I just want to conclude, because as far as our diversity backgrounds that we have all through this town, we have Koreans and everybody else from any kind of culture, any kind of country, between Africa, the Caribbean, Asia, South America, further up, we can go and talk to anybody here, and they do come through these doors. So I want to let you know what trustee means to me, the word trustee. T means taking the time to listen to everybody outside of our meetings. R means reaching out to a community to let you know that I'm here on this board for you. U means understanding your needs and concerns as you express them to me wherever I see you. S means I serve you. I speak in your behalf at our meetings to the other board members. T means I trust that you will tell me the truth about what I have done so that I can grow as a trustee for you. E means engaging in conversation outside of the library about the library so you can see your words come to life. And the last E is for encouragement from everyone so I can continue to become the best trustee, and some of you will be proud of. Thank you very much.